What's up, guys, and welcome back to Neo Monsters. We're gonna be finishing off the Master League. As you guys remember, we left off with uh Thale. We think it's Thale trying to assassinate the Empress, and we want to find out why. I wonder who this guy is. Bet you he's got some strong monsters. Bet you he wins. I just noticed. I know that the cups are like the trophies are different, but like the one up top, it's got everything in it. Your chances of victory today are slim, trainer. I've been observing your team in action in your last few matches. With the information I've gathered, I have made careful plans to counter your tactics. This battle will be under my full control. Wait, I thought we were all... Well, I guess we couldn't. How come I couldn't watch everybody else battle if he could watch me? They could have probably helped me out a lot against a bunch of these teammates. I mean, these foes, or however you want to call them. Ooh, I didn't expect to do that little bit of damage. Yeah, protectors, you want to take them out first, or as you can't attack anybody else. If you guys have been paying attention, which I have no doubt you have. And we win that one, guys. I figure somebody that had been watching us would be strong and incredible. Your team's capabilities are far beyond my expectations. Were you hiding your monster's true strength in previous matches, or did they just get that much stronger since I last saw them? I know only one other person who can train his monsters this quickly, and that is the Grand Champion himself. I'm not sure why, but after every battle against the trainer, Burgess Archwell seems to make a new team from scratch. He's always had the most powerful monsters in the Empire. Why does he bother getting new ones? And what has happened to all his previous monsters? Could he be selling them to someone? People would spend a lot of money to buy the Grand Champion's monsters. I hope that isn't the case, though. No self-respecting trainer would sell his teammates. He probably gets new ones so you can't, like, he probably don't sell them, he keeps them on his ranch, but he also probably gets new ones so that you can't, so that people can't predict his moves. When you return home after today's match, there's a figure standing outside of your ranch. Thale is glaring at you, eyes full of enmity. You saw me at the banquet, didn't you? Don't play dumb. I know you recognize my face. I could see it in your eyes, just as you could see me under the hood. I'm afraid I can't let you live with this knowledge. I can't let anyone jeopardize my life's goal. Get your monsters out. We're going to have a duel. You better fight with all you've got, or I shall fulfill my vengeance against Hector Finnegan by killing you. Your muscles tense with your hands on your capture card. You wait for Thale to make his move. Who am I kidding? Thale suddenly drops his intimidating atmosphere. If you were going to report me to the Imperial Guard, you would have already done so. I'm sorry I let my fear get the better of myself. You imply that you're willing to accept this apology, but only with an explanation. I hope you can keep a secret. If the Imperial Guard finds out about what I'm about to tell you, I'm a dead man. It all began 10 years ago with the assassination of the previous emperor and his daughter. At the time, my father was a respected member of the Imperial Guard. In fact, he was in charge of protecting the emperor. Unsurprisingly, his career was completely destroyed by the assassination. For his failure, people treated my father as if he was a traitor himself. He couldn't live with such dishonor. He left the Imperial Guard a broken man, and a few days later, my father took his own life. I can never forgive those responsible. They must pay for what they've done. But Hector Finnegan was executed soon after, leaving me only one target, the Dowager Empress. She was one who manipulated Hector into killing the Emperor in order to take control of the Imperial throne. I must punish her. However, she's not someone I can just walk up to. The only way I can approach her is to use the same method as Hector. If I can become the Grand Champion, then I will be granted an audience with the Emperor and the Dowager Empress. This is why I was working so hard to advance in the Monster Leagues. You are left speechless by Theo's confession. Of course, even with my talent, who knows how long it would take me to become the Grand Champion. So an opportunity presented itself at the Games Banquet. I seized it, and I might have succeeded if it weren't for you. You taught that even if he was successful, the Imperial Guards would have caught him before he could escape. As long as the Dowager Empress was no more, I could have cared less about being caught. You asked Theo if he still intends to carry out his vengeance. Definitely yes, you want to stop me. Save your breath, you'll never persuade me to abandon my life's mission. But there is one way you can keep me from going through with my plan. If you're really determined, if somehow you manage to become the Grand Champion before I do, you can defend the title from me. If I can't take the title, then I won't get an audience with His Majesty, which means I can't get close to your Empress. So you want to race to see who becomes the Grand Champion first? Challenge accepted. So he actually wants us to stop him from killing her the way he sounds. And he did admit it was him. Oh, look, who's our last one? I actually figured she'd be moving on with me, but she's so far behind. When you return to your ranch, you are greeted by a woman who introduces herself as a servant of the Dowager Empress. Trainer Her Highness wishes to hold audience with you this afternoon. Will you please call me to the Imperial Palace? Ah, there you are, Trainer. Thank you for coming on such short notice. The Empress points to an empty chair and you take a seat. Servant brings tea and pastries. You recognize the pastries as the same ones sold in Esmer and Millie's bakery. You know the bakery where these were bought. Please forgive me for offering you something unfitting of an empress, but they just taste so good. I prefer them over any of the lavish foods served in the Imperial Palace. You consider the Dowager Princess that no offense was taken. For a while you discussed some trivial topics with her, but it does not take long for her to cut to the chase. Somebody here today to thank you for saving me at the Games Banquet. Had you not distracted my would-be assassin, I would have suffered a terrible fate. Your bravery ought to be properly rewarded. I will grant you one favor, as long as it is reasonable within my power. Is there anything you desire from me? The blank check offered to you takes you by surprise, and you are forced to think for a while. After considering your options, you decide to ask for something which only she, the Dowager Empress, can grant you. You wish to know the truth about my husband's assassination? I expected as much. I cannot tell you everything. There are things that about this incident which you are better off not knowing. But if you would be content to hear even just fragments of the truth, then I shall oblige you. Is this acceptable? Okay, so she's not going to tell us the full truth. Very well then, I will tell you everything I can. What I'm about to share with you is for your ears only. Guys, y'all, close your ears. It's just for us. Just for him. So I'm not even going to listen myself, okay? First, let me answer your most burning question. Hector Pinion was innocent. I knew it. My good friend did not kill anyone, my husband nor daughter. This I swear on my life to be true. It was all my fault. It was because I told him the truth about the Emperor. He decided to take things into his own hands. Having become the new grand champion, Hector was to have an audience with the previous Emperor. I knew that if the two met, a confrontation between them would be inevitable. By telling him everything, I had hoped to discourage Hector from doing anything rash, but it had the opposite effect. I am unsure of what exactly happened, but it resulted in Hector's arrest and my husband's death and my daughter's disappearance. Yes, my daughter Julian's body was never found, alive or dead. She vanished immediately after the event. The Imperial Court's statement blamed Hector, but even now, no one has any idea what happened to her. And so I lost everything that day. My friend, my husband, my daughter, and even my son. It was all my fault. Tears began to roll down her cheeks, and she started sobbing quietly, but uncontrollably. You want her to clarify her last statement, but that seems difficult now. You wait until she calms down. Pardon me. I let my sorrows overwhelm me for a moment. Thank you for your patience. Somewhat accusingly, you demand to know why the Dowager Empress has not defended Hector and if he was truly innocent. I'm sorry, trainer, I know Hector is innocent, but I cannot make it public knowledge, not yet. Someday I will clear your uncle's name of any wrongdoing, I promise. You walk slowly home, pondering over what you learned from the Dowager Empress. You are not sure what to make of it all, but if there is one thing you can say with confidence, it is that her tears seem real. I knew he was innocent. This actually. I figured Hector was innocent. I figured Hector was innocent, guys. It actually hurts because she isn't going to announce that he's innocent. She probably never will. You again, I won't let you win this time. With this victory, I will go on to the Champion League tryouts and get one step closer to fighting the Grand Champion. I must stop my father as soon as I can. I know her monsters have already done Mega Evolved. I don't have a single one that has. We're It really is hard to believe, though. We might actually lose this one, guys. I just worry every time I take out an opponent, is it going to bring a stronger one in? I knew it. Yeah, we're going to lose if I don't get... Crud. I got to start attacking these other ones. You keep summoning in one more. You're the strongest one. Alright, guys. We got another victory in. I warned you back in the tryouts. Why are you still trying to become the grand champion? It's not something a trainer like you ought to strive for. You're taught that Rishka herself is also trying to take her father's title. I do not want to become the grand champion. My goal is to take the title from my father and end his career. Once I am done, I could care less whom the title goes to. I can give it to you if you want it that badly. But trust me, you will come to regret it. Oh, this is... Okay. I see where this is going. Oh, Thale won. I don't know how she couldn't have made it anyway. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. There was no way she could make it to the next league. Guys, congratulations to the top 2 teams of this season. These teams have earned a spot in the tryouts for the final stage of the Monster League, the Champion League. Joining the Champion League is quite an accomplishment in itself. This is where the finest trainers gather to compete. The tryouts for this league will take place on the Cursed Island. A murmur of shock spreads among the gathered trainers. The Cursed Island is a vast, untamed wilderness full of dangerous monsters. Entry into the place is generally forbidden. The winning teams will be joining the chosen few who have received the rare privilege of visiting this island. To pass the tryouts, you are to find and defeat 5 other trainers instead of just 4. Here's a map of the Cursed Island marked with the locations you'll likely find other participants. Take a careful look. Whoa, this one's big. Oh, there's a start. Oh my god, guys. 5? When you leave the arena, you run into someone unexpected. I happened to observe your match today. I must say, watching you fight really reminds me of Hector Finnegan. When we were both racing up to the Monster Leagues, he was my greatest rival, my only true equal as a trainer. 10 years later, I still have not encountered a single opponent who comes even close. As a result, I've been forced to keep the title of Grand Champion for all this time, much to my frustration. I'm still waiting for a trainer who is better than I am, who will be capable of accomplishing what Hector and I... What are you doing here, Father? Rishka, this is none of your business. Nor is it this trainer's. If you are sick of your burden, then you should just quit being the grand champion. I cannot, Rishka. How many times have I told you it is my duty to wait for a trainer who is truly superior to me? And how many more monsters will that take, Father? How many more monsters will you need to sacrifice? Please stop. I can't bear to have such a heartless trainer for a father any longer. I'm sorry, Rishka, but this is a burden I must bear. The only person I can pass it on to is someone who can end it once and for all. Until then, I will remain the grand champion, no matter the toll. Rishka glares at Burgess one last time, angry eyes full of tears. Before running into the distance, Burgess turns to you. Poor Rishka. If she was born to another trainer, her strong affection for monsters would have been a great asset. But as my daughter, it has caused her nothing but grief. So his monsters keep dying. That's what it is. You're back now. How were these season's results on? You're going to the Champion League tryouts? Fantastic. I'll be honest, when you first came to this ranch, I would have considered us lucky if you made it into the Elite League. I never expected you to do so well. It's as if part of Hector's spirit lives on through you. Now you'll be heading to the Cursed Island for the next tryouts, right? Be careful. The Cursed Island gets its name from its powerful wild monsters, which have kept the island free of major human settlements. The monsters there are stronger than those on any other island. They'll really whittle down your team if you're not careful. That's a lot to take in, guys. Alright, let's go ahead and adjust the team. I swore we had another monster we could put on here. Alright guys, well, I'm going to call it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, like and subscribe to my channel. See more videos like this, guys. And please remember that
Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. Peter Pan.